Hi, Nick Doak with North State Law. We safeguard your professional license so you can get back to business. Today's question is, what is a consent order from the North Carolina Real Estate Commission? So, talked about this previously for different boards, different agencies, and essentially a consent order is an agreement between the licensee and the licensing entity. So in this particular situation, it would be between the licensed real estate professional, broker, agent, whatever, and the North Carolina Real Estate Commission. So the Real Estate Commission will also, depending on the severity of the allegation and the amount of evidence that they have, they may offer a voluntary surrender. Usually when they offer that, it's like for 2 years. It's not going to be the same as a suspension because there's not going to be a consent order put in place. Difference between the two of them is essentially what's going to be seen by the public. With a consent order, there's going to be what's called findings of fact, there's going to be conclusions of law, things of that nature. The biggest one being the findings of fact. That's going to lay out what the allegation was, which evidence was acquired by the Real Estate Commission, essentially what was done wrong by the licensee, if the licensee did in fact do something wrong. So the public's going to be able to see all of that. So, that could be with a public reprimand as well. It doesn't have to necessarily be a suspension or anything like that. Public reprimand, probably have a couple real estate courses that you take. There are going to be those aforementioned findings of fact, and then that's going to be published on the board's website. Everybody's going to be able to see exactly what the findings of fact are related to that particular case with the licensee. Whereas if you have a voluntary surrender, which again, it's typically a 2-year period with the Real Estate Commission, there's not going to be any findings of fact in there. And frankly, there's usually, and you can see it on their website when you go there and you look up other licensees in the past, a couple of years, you'll typically find at least one on there that says, licensee does not admit that there was any wrongdoing that they had. They're just agreeing to come to a resolution in this matter. Something along those lines where you're not admitting any fault. There's no findings of fact saying what was done or what was alleged or what evidence they have or anything along those lines. It's short and sweet. The issue ends up being is you're surrendering your license for 2 years and then you got to go and reapply and try to get it back after that 2-year period is up. So that's what it means, and those are kind of the nuts and bolts regarding a consent order with the Real Estate Commission in North Carolina, also with the voluntary surrender stuff. Consider that bonus that I threw in there. If you got any questions on that or anything else, please give my office a call at 919-521-8810. We can also take text messages there. We can get you set up for a free 15-minute discovery call with a member of my staff. If you want to check out the blog's on my website first. That is northstatelawfirm.com. We also have a lot of videos on the YouTube channel as well. So I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Thanks for checking me out and keep selling North Carolina. Have a good one. Bye-bye.